Hello, good afternoon from Tucson, Arizona. Thank you for tuning into my channel. You're going to probably be seeing this video tomorrow, so it's going to be a little bit late, but I wanted to talk about the State of the Union and the rebuttal, more specifically the rebuttal by this kid, one Joe Kennedy. Today is, what is today? Today is Wednesday, the 31st, so you'll probably, most of you will be seeing this either very late tonight or tomorrow morning when you're getting ready for work or whatnot. So I saw the State of the Union, and my impressions of it were very positive. It was very positive as far as the economy outlook, forecasting the economy, what he would like to do, the security of our state. That includes, obviously, the DACA and all these dreamers and all these... You know, I especially liked the statement, "We are all dreamers." And that kind of struck home for me because I, too, have dreams. You have dreams. We all have dreams of just living an easier life, paying our bills, doing things with our lives, instead of just working, being tied to work, coming home, go to sleep, work, come home, go to sleep, work, come home, go to sleep. That seems to be most of our lives. I mean, I would love to do a little bit of traveling, take vacations, and be able to afford just to do the simple things in life, like maybe taking a short trip to see family members in Florida for a week. So when I say we all are dreamers, we all dream of having a nicer life. But the fact is, when we import, and I use that word specifically and purposefully, when we import people who cannot sustain themselves, they are requiring others to sustain them. And who is that? That is the working taxpayers, the people who have a federal income tax pulled out of a paycheck, as well as some state taxes, I'm sure, go to offset some of the education, some of your local costs for taking care of these imported immigrants. I use the word imported because they are purposefully imported to sustain a Democrat voter base. The voters of the Democrats, the working Democrat voters, are slowly migrating away from being a Democrat. They're moving into being Republicans, independents, and libertarians. At no point in time are they moving back into the Democrat realm. Therefore, the Democrat government, portion of government, needs to import their voter base. They don't want to import people who can sustain for themselves, meaning those who can know how and have a work set to work for themselves. Those people know all too well what it means to work and have large amount of taxes taken away from them. Those are not the people they want to import. They're too wise. So what our government does, yes, I will use the words, they import from shithole countries the people who are used to and have accepted government handouts all their lives, who will not complain from the Democrat overzealous laws, because they have no paycheck to be taken from. So where does their money come from when they do get here? If they're not sustaining themselves, meaning working for themselves, it's coming from you and I. A lot of our tax dollars, both federal and state, are being allocated to programs to house and feed and clothe them and educate them. And please understand this. I want to really hit it home. When laws are imposed upon these types of people, they don't really care because they got mommy and daddy, government, taking care of them. And as long as they get that check in, they will vote for anything. That means taking away your gun rights, taking away your free speech rights, taking away internet rights. They do not care because they do not, and I repeat, they do not have any skin in the game. So they will vote for whoever feeds them. They will vote for socialism. Hell, they'll even vote for communism as long as they get a paycheck from you. I thought the State of the Union was a very strong message, and it was very telling when the Democrats did not stand up and applaud really what they stood for. I also think, although the news are socialist activist news, will not report it, but it showed who really their voter base is and who really is not important to them, and that's you and I. Whether you're a Republican or Democrat, you are not important to them because you're no longer their voting base, or you're planning on moving away from the Democrat voting base. You're no longer important to them. So it was very telling what the Democrats stood for and did not stand for. And again, the socialist news activists will spin it the other way. I saw the poll numbers out, although it was very hard to dispute the positivity and the truthfulness of that speech. They did attempt to spin it to where most Republicans and most Democrats thought negatively on the speech. By the way, I am currently driving to work. I'm going to be working a 12 to 10 shift today. Isn't that fun? And that at 10:30 when I get home, I'll upload this video. Now I want to talk about the rebuttal. Now, many of you saw the rebuttal. This guy looked like a child, a kid. This kid stood in front of a rather small group. It looked like a hangar, an airplane hangar, or perhaps a car, I don't know, a car factory, but one of their small, the room looked like it maybe had 200 people in it, if that. When the cameras pan towards the back, you can literally see all the way to the back. It looked like the crowd literally went maybe 50 feet, 40 to 50 feet back. And when they applauded, it seemed like the front couple of rows applauded more vigorously than the rear rows. And that I can only assume is because the front rows went to family members. All his family members probably sat around. His wife, probably invited her family, and all the family members probably got the front row seats, and then the friends, and then back. The least important you were, the back you were, the further back you were, like the actual workers who maybe worked in that factory. One of the things that struck me that he said was that even Reagan was wise enough to tear down the Berlin Wall, and that if Trump built a wall, his generation, Joe Kennedy's generation, will be just as wise to tear down this wall also. Now, a lot of people that I believe he's speaking to are too young to really remember the Berlin Wall or understand its purpose. And Mr. Joe Kennedy, my listeners, if you're listening, I doubt it. My listeners and I, we're wiser than that. The Berlin Wall was not used specifically to keep people out. It was used to keep people in, to contain them, to enslave them. It was used to keep people in against their own free will. Frankly, they didn't even have free will back then, did they? But you get my point. The wall we're planning on building, or hopefully build, is going to be used to, its purpose is going to be completely different, to protect American citizens from possible terrorist actions, from, yes, people coming into this country illegally. Keep in mind, that wall is not really going to keep people out, more so funnel them hopefully towards the checkpoints, towards the controlled entryways where they get actually entry into this country legally. So, Mr. Joe Kennedy, I know that was a little bit of propaganda that you spilled, but it doesn't work here on this farm. You are a child, you look like a child, and the only reason why you were pulled out to talk against Donald Trump is because of your name. Not your experience, not your knowledge, nothing. Simply your name, a brand, no different from the word Levi's brand. Your brand is the Kennedy. And you folks can mark my words. I said it now. And remember this. The Democrats will build this guy up to run against Trump next election. I said it first. Anyway, folks, you gotta go. I gotta go. We all gotta work and go pay our taxes. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Have a great day, and I sincerely mean that.